educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work podcast, where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here is your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
Hey everyone, thank you very much for tuning in today. So, what is hindering you from moving forward? What is hindering you from moving forward? I think one of the concerns that we have is one, getting started, right? And sometimes getting started can be difficult. You know, I find myself personally, I can get started. Well, one, there's a challenge of getting started, and it's funny because, on resumes or whatever else, you talk about how, hey, I'm motivated. I can do this, and this. And then you go to the interview and you say, well, I'm a self-starter and I don't have to have any motivation and all those type of things. But when it comes to you personally, is it easy for you to get up and get moving and get started? Sometimes we don't have that incentive, right, when it comes to ourselves. We have to find that inner impulse, because some people work off of impulse, right? Sometimes we need that inner push, one way or the other, to get started, right? So for me, my why is what gets me up off the couch. My why is what wakes me up in the morning. My why is why I get on this microphone. But here's the thing, though. Even though I get started and I'm moving, what do I need to do to keep my momentum? Because here's the reality. There are times when we're moving and we don't feel like, or we don't see the outcome or a result from us moving forward. So then what do? You slow down a little bit. You find reasons not to do it. You have real life situations that slows things down, that gets in the way. So what's keeping up that momentum for you? And then all of a sudden you stop. So how do you get started again? That's a question that I ask myself all the time. I find little ways to challenge myself to get things done. I believe that I'm like anyone else. If anybody has played sports or listened to sports and they listen to how boxers or basketball players find, whether or not they're looking for newspaper articles because someone has said something about them, either real or fake, they find a way to get them moving. And so for myself, for if someone were to say, you know what, you can't do this, you can't be that, that's enough for me to at least get started. The problem is keeping it up, because I know for myself, there are other things that stops my momentum or slows down my momentum, and then I don't always know how to get it back up. So what is it for you today? How do you keep your momentum? I find ways to challenge myself. I find ways to pick myself up. Again, I'm changing my lifestyle. So what would get me up, which will be my sugary drinks, if you will, and stuff that I am coming off of. So now my momentum has changed. My my pick me ups are no longer available. So now I need to find another way to get moving. One, get started, and then keeping it up. So is your why your family? I need to get my family out of this situation. I need to find a way to maintain our lifestyle. Is it for your job? Because you like to see them win. I was part of a local health insurance company, and we had signs all over the place talking about, hey, we were voted number one in customer service. I was on a customer service line at that time, so I wanted to do my part to continue to stay number one. Is it your community? You want to see things change. You want to see, these school programs to not stop for these young people so they have something to do. Because a lot of these programs are ending because of lack of funding, lack of participation. It's a lot of I's and not enough we's. So what is it that helps you to keep it moving forward? I don't think that it could be that hard. Or can it? Or is it? Should it be? Is your why enough? Is it strong enough? Is it big enough? Is it meaningful enough to keep things going? So so you might say, well, Maurice, what is it for you? Like, what really is it for you to keep it moving forward? My why is because I like to help people. I stay on this microphone because I've been told more than once that these thoughts or ideas helps people to move forward. So my why is I like to help you. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you excel. I want to see you continue to stay motivated, understanding that, hey, you know what? I'm not by myself, because Maurice struggles all the time with it. I do. I really do. Did I just talk to myself in third person? Maybe I have. But, sometimes you got to do that in order for you to move forward, because sometimes you need to look outside of yourself. If you were to take a step back and look at yourself and say, hey, what would I do, or what would I need to do? What would I say to help this particular individual to make it? If it was my best friend, if it was somebody on the street, how would I respond to them? Am I going to respond positively, or am I going to respond negatively? And am I going to be able to encourage that individual to keep pressing, to keep pushing, to keep reaching? I thank you for listening today, but I really would like for you to share this episode, because someone out there needs to hear how to keep it moving. Is that why big enough? Is it great enough? And if you don't know what your why is, take a step back. Figure out, what's going on. Find the reason you're getting up and going to work every day. What's the joy out of what you're doing? Do you enjoy it or not? Find your why. Find your reason. And let's keep pushing. Thank you for listening today.
Thanks for listening. Find us on social media at Chisholm Group LLC and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work, or will it?